Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is Word Origins 219. The word origin today is boondoggle. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot? Let's do it right now. If someone says that something is a boondoggle, it means that it wastes a lot of time, money, and does not accomplish anything of significance, or nothing significant in the end. It is especially used for government plans or programs. We got a second meaning here too. It can also just refer to any work or task of very little or no value. Let's continue. The origin of the word boondoggle was coined by Robert H. Link. It referred to a braided ring that was made to hold a neckerchief. This was actually for the Boy Scouts. If you see some old pictures of Boy Scouts, sometimes you see that it looks like they have some sort of a handkerchief that goes through this braided ring. So that was really for them. That's where it originally came from. The term took on its main meaning today when the New York Times used it in an article in reference to wasteful government programs, with the New Deal programs created by the FDR administration to create jobs. So this is going back to the Great Depression. Remember when FDR got in and he wanted to create a lot of jobs, but you should create jobs, but you should still create jobs of something significant, build infrastructure or something along that line. It made front page news when it was discovered that the government was spending more than $3 million on training unemployed white-collar workers with instruction in ballet dancing, shadow puppetry, and making boondoggles. Okay, so again, I don't know if this is really going to significantly stimulate the economy, but a lot of people thought this is kind of a waste of money. Because remember, everything you print, eventually the people have to pay it back anyway. So all completely unnecessary. Since the word boondoggle was the funniest sounding, and it became known as the useless project that wastes a lot of money, time, and energy, basically. All right, and we have 3 examples to show just how we may use it. One of the most famous boondoggles was the Bridge to Nowhere. 2 bridges in Alaska were authorized to be built for a $452 million, plan, basically, that connected a city to an island that only had a few dozen people living there. I kind of remember this. This was around the 2008 election, because remember, Sarah Palin used to be the governor of Alaska, and this, I think, was one of the things that she pushed to stop because it seemed like a real waste of money. It wanted to show that she was more fiscally responsible, so that's why this kind of came up in Alaska. But whoever originally approved it, they were wasting a lot of money just for a few dozen people that live here. They didn't really need to build these bridges. Again, infrastructure is good as long as it's, worthwhile to doing and helps so many people. All right, let's continue. Shrimp on a treadmill was another famous boondoggle. In 2007, the National Science Foundation committed more than $500,000 to examine the mobility of shrimp to see how well they can move, and they put them on the treadmill, the exercise machine that everybody usually walks or runs on. Okay, good. And the last one we have here, number 3, is a more general one. We need to get rid of that wasteful program. It is a real boondoggle. So that's exactly the way we may hear it used. Anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it's clear. I hope it was informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.